Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man walah wa ba'd. So we continue with our study of the three fundamental principles. We're still in the second introduction. We're at the third masala from the masail that are obligatory upon every Muslim male and female to know and to act upon. And it is أن الثالثة أن من أطاع الرسول ووحد الله لا يجوز له موالة من حاد الله ورسوله ولو كان أقرب القريب. That whoever is obedient to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam and singles out Allah in Tawheed, it is not permissible for him to have allegiance with those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, even if they are from the most closely related to Him. Sheikh Salih, he mentions an explanation of this point. We'll take a portion of the Shah tonight and finish the Shah on this point tomorrow. But he says, لا يجوز لمن فعل ذلك موالة من حاد الله رسوله ولو كان أقرب قريب. It is not permissible for the one that does that, meaning for the one who is a muwahid, a person of Tawheed, a true person of Tawheed, a person of Sunnah, to have allegiance for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, even if they are the nearest in relation to Him. هذه مسألة الولاء والبراء. So this is centered around the issue of al-wala and al-bara. This concept of al-wala wal-bara. He says that نعم وهي تابعة للتوحيد, and the concept of al-wala wal-bara, it is a subsidiary of Tawheed. It is connected to it. It follows from it. If you have Tawheed, then one of the results of you being a person of Tawheed is this: you will have wala and bara. You have wala for Allah Azza wa Jal, for the believers, in the various types and categories, and you will have bara for the disbelievers and the pagans. Now, I'm going to mention what these terms mean. He says, so it is tabi'atun min at-tawheed. ومن حقوق التوحيد, it is from the rights of at-tawheed, that of al-wala wal-bara. So you have wala for the awliya of Allah, for the awliya of Allah Azza wa Jal, and the awliya, it is the plural of the word al-wali, and the wali of Allah Azza wa Jal is every mu'min at-taqi, every believer who has taqwa of Allah tabarak wa ta'ala, then he is a wali of Allah. And the people are variant in their levels and degrees in that. Some people have more wilayah for Allah than others. Some are stronger in their faith and strong in their connection with Allah Azza wa Jal than others. So there are variant levels and degrees, but every believer who has taqwa of Allah Azza wa Jal, not like the Sufis say that there's a special class and category of Muslims who are from the most elite of the people, and they have attained some type of special rank that other believers don't have. No, every mu'min who has taqwa of Allah Azza wa Jal, he is a wali of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, regardless of his level and degree in that wilayah. And so he says that the person of Tawheed, or from the rights of Tawheed, is to have wala for the awliya of Allah, wal bara min a'da'illah, and you have bara, or the opposite of that, enmity and hatred and disavowal and the likes of this, for the enemies of Allah Azza wa Jal. وَالْمَوَالَةُ وَالْوَلَاء بِمَعْنَى وَاحِدٍ. These two terms are used synonymously. They bear the same meaning, and they are al-wala, it's one term, and you also may hear the term al-muwala. Al-muwala. Al-wala and al-muwala both bear the same meaning. They both bear the same meaning, and that is that of love and the likes of this, as we're going to see here, inshallah ta'ala. Now, wal-wala yuradu bihi al-muhabbatu bil-qalb. So what is intended by al-wala is the love that we have in our hearts. The love that we have in our hearts. We love every Muslim, we love every believer. Now, he says that wa yuradu bihi al-munasara. What is intended by it is munasara wal mu'awana, that you you aid and you support the believers. Yuradu bihi al-irth, and likewise what is intended by it, and he's speaking from linguistically now, what is also intended by it is al-irth, and that of inheritance. The wali inherits from his family member. Wal aql is also intended by it, and that is the issue of what is connected to blood money. And when it comes down to the believers, if in the case of accidental killing, if a Muslim were to accidentally kill another Muslim, then the relatives of of the maqtul, the one who's been killed, can agree to pardon the one who did it. This is not the case with the kafir though. Because the kafir, as it relates to the kafir who may kill a believer accidentally or whatever it may be, this offer is not even on the table for them. It's not even on the table for them. They're kafir. So that is called al-aql, right? He says that, and this is in the case of ad-diyat or blood money, that of blood money. نعم فالمسلم يوالي أولياء الله بمعنى أنه يحصر نعم يحصر محبته على أولياء الله. So the believer or the Muslim rather, he has wali or a wilaya for the awliya of Allah, meaning that his love is restricted to being for the friends of Allah. ويناصرهم, and he supports them. فالمسلم يكون مع المسلمين بعضهم أولياء بعضهم أولى ببعض. So the Muslim, he is with the Muslims. The Muslim is with the Muslims. He supports them. He aids them. He is concerned about their affairs, and they have more right to each other. They have more right to each other. Allah Azza wa Jalla mentioned in the side of his book, وَأُولُو الْأَرْحَامِ بَعْضُهُمْ أَوْلَى بِبَعْضٍ فِي كِتَابِ اللَّهِ. Yani speaking about how if you have, in addition to the connection by way of Islam, they are also connected by way of blood ties, then they have more right. They have even more right over their blood relatives that are Muslim. نعم فتعاقل في ديات الخطأ يكون بين المسلمين. So the issue of التعاقل, we're back to what we mentioned earlier, العقل, التعاقل, and this one is done between two people. This is in the issue of diyat al-khata, of in blood money in the case of accidental killing. يكون بين المسلمين. This issue is between the Muslims. وهو ما يسمى بالتكافل. It is referred to as a takaful. And this is, as we mentioned, the case wherein the awliya of the maqtul can agree to pardon the one who is the qatil if he's Muslim. Now, he says that كل هذا يدخل في الولاء, and all of that enters into al-wala. All of it enters into al-wala. فلا يكون بين مسلم وكافر. So it is not between the Muslim and the kafir. It's not between the Muslim and the kafir. والمحبة والنصرة والميراث والعقل وولاية النكاح. So all of these issues that of love and support and inheritance, and the issue of al-aql and guardianship when it comes down to marriage, and likewise that of being appointed as a judge in the legislative court, in the Shari courts, all of that can only take place between the Muslims. All of that can only take place between the Muslims, meaning when it comes down to the issue of wilaya over a Muslim daughter, right? Her kafir father cannot be a wali in like this in terms of marriage and so on and so forth. He can, maybe we can take his opinion and we can, consult with him and things like that, but he cannot be the wali in this case over his Muslim daughter. Likewise, a kafir cannot be in charge. He cannot be a judge in the Muslim courts. He just can't do it. Now, when it comes down to that of love, that of support and aid, inheritance, the kafir does not inherit from the Muslim does not inherit from the kafir. We're speaking of irth now. This is what is predetermined by way of the Quran. It's already known who gets what and what percentage they receive. That is irth, inheritance. And this cannot take place between a Muslim and a kafir. Only between Muslims. All of these affairs are part of that wilaya. Now, he said, فلا يكون ذلك بين مسلم وكافر فإنما يكون هذا بين مسلمين. This is only between the Muslims. This is based upon a statement of Allah Azza wa Jalla, and this is where we derive the evidence from, that the kafir cannot be a wali over his Muslim daughter, that the kafir cannot be a judge in the Muslim courts, and so on and so forth. And all these other rulings that we mentioned, inheritance and the likes of this is based upon the statement of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, وَلَن يَجْعَلَ اللَّهُ لِلْكَافِرِينَ عَلَى مُؤْمِنِينَ سَبِيلًا. Allah will not place the kafir in charge or place them over the affairs of the Muslims. A kafir cannot be in charge of the affairs of the Muslims. وهكذا يجب يتميز المؤمنون عن الكفار. And like this, it is obligatory to distinguish between the Muslims and the disbelievers. There's clear rulings that are applied to both categories of individuals. لا يجوز لمن وحد الله. And from those rulings is this, that it is not permissible for the one who singles out Allah in Tawheed and is obedient to the Messenger to have this muwala for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. You cannot do it. You cannot have allegiance for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. And you're not to have disassociation and bara from the believers. You should not seek to harm them. You should not have ill will within your heart for them and the likes of this. Now, he says, and the meaning of al-mahadda, when he says opposition or opposing Allah and His Messenger, ma'naha, the meaning of that is أن يكون الإنسان في جانب والله ورسوله ومؤمنون في جانب. It is that a person, he's on one side, whereas Allah and His Messenger and the believers are on the other side. The Muslims are here, I want to be there. Them over there, you view yourself as separate from them, as separate from the Muslims. Them over there, they're over there and I'm over here. And like this, he says that ويكون المحاد في جانب الكفار وهذه هي المحادة. And so that muhad, the one who is in opposition, then he is on the side of the kuffar. And this is that al-mahaddah. قوله ولو كان أقرب قريب. Statement, even if they are the nearest in relation. Even if they are the nearest in relation. Meaning in lineage. فإذا كان قريبك محادا لله ورسوله فيجب عليك محادته وقاطعته. He says, so if your relative is in opposition, he's in opposition, not just he's just a non-Muslim or she's just a non-Muslim. We're talking about opposition now. And he's against the Muslims. He's against Islam and the Muslims. If your relative is like this, now he's against Allah and His Messenger, then it is obligatory upon you to be against him. You must be against them. And you must disassociate from them. وَمَنْ كَانَ وَلِيًّا لِلَّهِ, and whoever is a wali of Allah, whoever is a wali of Allah, we spoke about who the awliya are, every believer who has taqwa. Now, so whoever is a believer, or a wali of Allah and His Messenger, wajib alayka and tuhibbuhu, you must love him. You must love that believer. Naam, wa tuwaliyahu, and you must have wilaya for him. وَلَوْ كَانَ بَعِيدًا مِنَ النَّسِبِ عَنْكَ, even if he is distant from you in terms of relation. You may not know him from a can of paint. He's a believer, he's upon the haqq, then you are with him. You love him. You love him for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. لو كان أعجميا, even if he may be an أعجمي, يعني if he is a non-Arab, أو أسود, or he is black, or أبيض, or he is white, أو أحمر, or he is red, يجب عليك أن تواليه, you must have wilaya for him. You must be with him. نعم, and you must love him. سواء كان من بلدك أو من أقصى الشرق أو من أقصى الغرب, whether he may be from your land or he's from the most distant places of the east and of the west. قال تعالى والمؤمنون والمؤمنات بعضهم أولياء بعض. As Allah says, that the believing men and believing women, they are awliya of each other. They are supporters of each other. They love one another. They look out for each other. Naam, they are with each other. Meaning بينهم المحبة والتناصر والتعاون, meaning that there is between them, between the believers, love. There is a tanasur, there is mutual support. They support one another's endeavors. And there is a ta'awun, there is cooperation between them. There's cooperation between them. وَبَيْنَهُمَ الْأُلْفَةِ هَذَا بَيْنَ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ, and they have that amicability between them. And this is what is to be between the believers. The author, he mentions وَالدَّلِيلُ قَالُهُ تَعَالَى, the evidence for this concept is the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, لا تجد قوما يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر يوادون من حاد الله ورسوله ولو كانوا آباءهم أو أبناءهم أو إخوانهم وعشيرتهم أولئك كتب في قلوبهم الإيمان وأيدهم بروح منه ويدخلهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار خالدين فيها رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه أولئك حزب الله ألا إن حزب الله هم المفلحون. And the evidence is the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal that you, O Muhammad, will not find a people who believe in Allah in the last day, loving those who oppose Allah and His Messenger, even if they may be their fathers, or their sons, or their brothers, or their tribe. They are those whom He has written within their hearts Iman, and He has supported them with Ruh from Himself. And the Ruh here, it means Quwwah. Allah has given them strength. He has given them strength. Now, He says, and He has supported them with Ruh from Himself. And He will enter them into gardens beneath which rivers flow, to dwell therein forever. Allah is pleased with them, and they are pleased with Him. They are the party of Allah. Indeed, the party of Allah, they are the successful. Sheikh Sa'di says an explanation of this verse, and he takes it bit by bit. He says concerning his statement, لا تجد, that you will not find, O Muhammad. هذا خطاب للنبي. This is an address to the Prophet ﷺ, meaning you, O Muhammad, will not find this. You will not find this. And the meaning of you will not find it, لا يقع, it will not occur. It's just something that just doesn't happen. Now, these things will not coexist inside of the heart of the believer. Love for Allah and His Messenger, along with love for the enemies of Allah and His Messenger. Now, love for those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. We're not just speaking about just regular non-Muslims. Just a lot non-Muslim, and it may happen to be your mother, may happen to be your father, may happen to be a relative of yours. This is that natural love. Is not a religious love. A natural love that a person may have for his father who's a non-Muslim, or his mom that's a non-Muslim, or his wife if he's married to a non-Muslim woman. This a natural love that a person may have is different from that religious love, right? Now, but we're speaking about those who are in opposition, those who are actively fighting against Islam, fighting against the Muslims, harming the Muslims. Now, you have Iman inside your heart, love for Allah and His Messenger, Iman, and like this, then this will not coexist inside your heart along with love for someone who's like that. So you won't find it. You won't find it. It will not occur. لا يقع هذا ولا يكون موجودا أبدا, and it is not present ever. أن يكون مؤمن بالله ورسوله, that a person will be a believer in Allah and His Messenger, يحب الكفار, but he loves the kuffar. But he loves the kuffar. فإن أحبهم فإنه ليس بمؤمن ولو كان يدعي ذلك. And if he does love them, then he is not a believer, even if he may claim to be a believer. Ibn Qayyim, he mentions in Al-Kafiya Shafiya, تحب أعداء الحبيب وتدعي حبا له ما ذاك في إمكاني. Do you love the enemies of Al-Habib, meaning Allah Azza wa Jal, while claiming to have love for Him? ما ذاك في إمكاني. It's not impossible. It's not possible. It's not possible. كذا تعادى جاهدا أحبابه. Similarly, the affair of having enmity, striving against those whom Allah loves, or who do love Allah. أين المحبة يا أخا شيطاني. Then where is this love that you claim, O brother of the shaitan? هذا لا يمكن أبدا أن يحب الكفار. So it is not possible ever that a person will love the kuffar. And again, going back and reiterating what we mentioned about natural love, what the scholars speak about, that al-muhabba al-tabi'iyya is a natural love a person may have for your parents, for your relatives, for your children, if you have non-Muslim children, and the likes of this. This is natural. This is natural. It's not a religious love. We love each other, even though we didn't grow up together, we may not live together, we're not in the same household, but we still love each other. Why? We have religious love for each other. All right, and we have religious love. I love you because you're Muslim. You love me because I'm Muslim. Right? That's their religious love. It's based upon that. But as it relates to your relatives who may not be Muslim, that's this natural love that a person would naturally have, and it's not what we're speaking about here. And even that must be governed by Kitab and Sunnah. That natural love must be governed by Kitab and Sunnah. It's understandable, it's natural, but it must be governed by Kitab and Sunnah. Now, يقول أنا أحب الله ورسوله لقوله تعالى. It is not possible that a person would love the kuffar while at the same time saying, I love Allah and His Messenger. due to the statement of Allah Ta'ala, يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتخذوا عدوي وعدوكم أولياء تلقون إليهم المودة أو بالمودة. O you who believe, do not take my enemies and your enemies as awliya, rendering to them love. Up to the statement wherein he says, قَدْ كَانَتْ لَكُمْ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ فِي إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَالَّذِينَ مَعَهُ إِذْ قَالُوا لِقَوْمِهِمْ إِنَّا بَرَاءُ مِنْكُمْ. And there is indeed for you an excellent example in Ibrahim and those who were with him. When they said to their people, they said to their own family members, we are free of you. We are free of you. وَمِمَّا تَعْبُدُونَ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ. And that which you worship other than Allah Azza wa Jal. كَفَّرْنَا بِكُمْ. We totally disassociate and disbelieve in what you believe in. وَبَدَى بَيْنَنَا وَبَيْنَكُمْ الْعَدَاوَةِ. And there has begun from us and between us and you enmity. وَالْبَغْضَاء, and hatred. أَبَدًا, for all eternity. حَتَّى تُؤْمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ, until you believe in Allah alone. Likewise, the statement of Allah Azza wa Jal, وَمَا كَانَ اسْتِغْفَارُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ لِأَبِيهِ إِلَّا عن موعدة وعدها إياه. And the istighfar of Ibrahim for his father, Ibrahim seeking forgiveness for his father, was not except due to a promise that he had made to him. فَلَمَّا تَبَيَّنَ لَهُ أَنَّهُ عَدُوٌّ لِلَّهِ تَبَرَّأَ مِنْهُ. But once it became clear to him that he was an enemy of Allah, he freed himself of him. Ibrahim, his own father. Inna Ibrahima la'awwahun halim. Indeed, Ibrahim was devoutly obedient and he was forbearing. So this is the religion of Ibrahim alayhi salam, that of having this concept of al-wala and al-bara, understanding it properly and being upon that. It is the millah of Ibrahim. And how he was in relation to his father. He disassociated himself from his father, who the father is the closest in relation to the child. The father is the closest in relation to the child. Well, the child takes the name of the father. The child comes through the mother, but it takes the name of the father in terms of relation, blood relation. He's the closest in lineage to his child. The father is. He says that once it became clear to him that he was an enemy of Allah. ودالت الآية أيضا على أن محبة الكفار تتنافى مع الإيمان بالله واليوم الآخر. Similarly, the verse indicates to us that love for the kuffar does not coexist along with iman in Allah and His Messenger, or Allah in the last day. إما مع أصله أو مع كماله. So either it would oppose it in terms of its asl, it would oppose the very foundation of iman in Allah on the last day, or it will oppose the completion of it. And a person may have some love for the kuffar like that, but he still does have iman in Allah's Messenger, but it's deficient. His love or his iman in Allah and his Messenger is deficient in proportion to the amount of love that he has for the kuffar. لكن إن كانت محبتهم معها تأييد لمذهبهم وكفرهم فهذا خروج عن الإسلام. But if that love for the kuffar is accompanied by support of their madhab, support of what they are upon, he supports their way, supports their religion, supports their endeavors, supports their disbelief, then this is khuruj. It is something which will expel a person from the religion of Islam. أما إن كانت مجرد محبة من غير مناصرة لهم. As for if it is merely love without rendering support and aid to them, then this is considered to be munaqisan al-iman, something that makes a person's iman deficient. Fisqan, it is wickedness. Mud'ifan al-iman, and it weakens a person's iman. Qila, it has been said that this verse, which is in Surah Al-Mujadala, verse 22, that you will not find a people who believe in Allah on the last day, to the end of that, loving those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. It has been said that it was revealed regarding Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah. Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah, radiallahu ta'ala anhu. When he, in the battle of Badr, he killed his father. In the battle of Badr. He killed his father in the battle of Badr. Because his father was upon disbelief. His father was upon disbelief, and his father wanted to kill him. His father wanted to kill him. Now, and we've not been tested and tried with anything like this. We've been tested and tried with stuff like, people from our neighborhoods. We've been tested and tried with that because Allah Ta'ala, He tests and tries the people in accordance with their iman. And our iman was not like theirs. Now, we have this qawl in the statement of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu, who his son had embraced Islam, and his son told Abu Bakr that, during the battle of Badr, I had you in the sight of my arrow. I could have killed you, but I let you go because you were my father. Abu Bakr said, you should have killed me, because had I seen you, I would have killed you. I would have killed you. Now, so we're not calling to any type of extremism, but this is the concept of wala and bara. Wala and bara. And we love for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal, and we hate for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. Now, so Abu Ubaidah ibn al-Jarrah, one of the 10 who were promised paradise. Now, paradise is surrounded by difficult things. So he was tried and tested with this. And he put his father down. He put his father down. Now, because he wanted to kill his son. He wanted to kill Abu Ubaidah. So Abu Ubaidah killed him. لأنه عدو لله, because he was an enemy of Allah Azza wa Jal. And it did not prevent him. The fact that he was his father did not prevent him. Now, out of anger for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jal. قوله تعالى أولئك, his statement أولئك, meaning they, describing those who actually do love Allah and His Messenger. They are those whom كتب في قلوبهم الإيمان. Allah Ta'ala has written Iman inside their hearts, meaning those who يبتعدون عن محبة ومودة من حد الله رسوله. They are those who distance themselves from loving those who oppose Allah and His Messenger. His statement, كتب في قلوبهم الإيمان. He has written Iman inside their heart, meaning أثبت. He has made it firm. He made the Iman firm inside their heart, and He planted it firmly. قوله وأيدهم بروح منه, and He supported them with ruh from Himself. ويدخلهم جنات تجري من تحتها الأنهار, and He will enter them into gardens beneath which rivers flow. التأييد here بمعنى التقوية. He strengthened them. He strengthened them and supported them. He said with ruh from Himself. Well, ruh, it has a number of applications inside the Quran. It is used several ways inside the Quran. From those ways it is used inside the Quran, the term ruh, it is the soul. It's the soul with which the body of the person lives. We spoke before regarding this concept and how the punishments in the hereafter, they are either upon the body, right, or they are ruhani, meaning punishments afflicted onto the soul, right, or they are ani nafsani, or psychological punishments that take place in the hereafter, psychological affairs, right. The punishments that are afflicted upon the body is clear. We understand what they are. The soul being inside of the body is why you have life right now, right? This is how you're able to live, right? And is that by way of which you're able to feel whatever you feel, right? If the soul is extracted from the body, right, and that body that has no soul in it, if you stab it, it won't feel the pain. It won't feel the pain, right? You have the soul in your body, so if I stab you, you're going to feel the pain, right? So imagine if the punishment is afflicted directly onto the soul itself. Imagine that pain. This is amongst the punishments in the hereafter, right? Punishment afflicted directly onto the soul itself. And then there are the psychological punishments that take place in the hereafter. Now, such as, for example, we mentioned some time ago how the gatekeeper of the hellfire, Malik, how the people will call out and scream out to Malik for as long as the earth existed times 2. Malik won't say a single word to them. He won't say a single word to them. And then when he finally does speak to them, he's going to say to them, you're going to remain right where you are. That's all he's going to say, right? And then they're going to call out and scream out for a likewise period, as long as the earth lasted times two. And then Allah Azza wa Jal, he will say to them, be quiet and do not speak. So the ability to speak is going to be removed from them. They're only going to be able to moan and groan and cry. Now, it's a psychological, imagine a psychological effect this will have on a person, a psychological punishment. At any rate, amongst the meanings of ruh is the soul, that by way of which the person lives. Minha al-wahi. Amongst the meanings of ruh is revelation. The revelation of Allah is called ruh. As Allah Ta'ala says, وَكَذَلِكَ أَوْحَيْنَا إِلَيْكَ رُوحًا مِّنْ أَمْرِنَا. Like this we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, a ruh from our command. Right? This is the revelation of Allah called ruh. From the meanings of ruh is Jibril. Alayhi salam. That he is a ruh, he is ruh al-Qudus, and he is ruh al-Amin. As Allah Ta'ala, he mentions, قُلْ نَزَّلَهُ رُوحُ الْقُدُسِ مِنْ رَبِّكَ بِالْحَقِّ لِيُثَبِّتَ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَهُدًى وَبُشْرَى لِلْمُسْلِمِينَ. Say the ruh al-Qudus, the Ruh al-Qudus, this is Jibril alayhi salam, which they refer to as the Holy Soul or Holy Spirit. This is Jibril. Revealed it from your Lord in truth in order to make firm those who believe, and as a means of guidance and glad tidings for the Muslims. Likewise, Allah Ta'ala says, Nazala bihi ruh al-Amin. The trustworthy ruh has revealed or come down with it. And from the meanings of ruh is that which is inside this verse that we're studying, and that it is quwwah, it is strength. It is strength. Now, فَأَيَّدَهُمْ بِرُوحٍ مِّنْهُ. So he supported them with ruh from himself, meaning strength from Allah Azza wa Jal. He has given them strength, those believers, and that is the strength of Iman in the dunya. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ يُدْخِلُهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ. And in the hereafter, he will enter them into Jannat or gardens. And this is the jam' of Jannah. Jannat is the jam'u Jannah, plural of Jannah. Well, Jannah fil lugha al-bustan. The meaning of Jannah in the Arabic language is an oasis or a pasture. It is called Jannah li'annahu mujtanna bil ashjar. It is called Jannah because it is hidden by trees. The pasture is called that because it's hidden by trees. I mean, it's covered up by trees. لأن الجنة ظلال وأشجار وأنهار وقصور. And the Jannah, actual Jannah, it is covered up and filled up with trees, shade, and castles and rivers. وعلاها وسقفها عرش الرحمن. And the highest portion of it and its ceiling is the throne of Ar-Rahman. قال تعالى تجري من تحت الأنهار خالدين فيها. Gardens beneath which rivers flow, dwelling therein forever. Baqina fiha, meaning they're going to remain inside of it, and they're not going to leave it. They're not going to leave out of it. As Allah Ta'ala says, La yabghuna anha hiwala. They're not going to want to transition and go anywhere else. They're not going to desire to go anywhere else. La yakhafuna min mautin, wala yakhafuna min ahadin. And they're not going to fear death inside of the Jannah, nor are they going to be afraid of anything, if anyone or anything expelling them or moving them out of it. Like what we have inside the dunya. A person is in a comfortable state in the dunya, it can always be removed from him. He can always be put out of it at some point. قد يكون الإنسان في الدنيا في قصور. So a person may be in the dunya inside of castles, however, he is not safe from dying, and he is not safe from being expelled out of his castle. And he is not safe from enemies seeking to conquer him and gain mastery over him and kick him out. Al-insan fi dunya da'iman khaif. So a person in the dunya, he's always in a state of fear. There's always something that can happen to you. Always something that can happen to you in the dunya that you are displeased with or afraid of. قوله تعالى رضي الله عنهم ورضوا عنه. Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with him. لما أغضبوا أقربائهم So since it is the case that they had hatred for those who were in relation to them from the kuffar and their enemies, and they had enmity for them, Allah Ta'ala, He has given them rida from Himself, pleasure from Himself as a reward, because the jaza min jins al-amal, the jaza is from the same category as the action that was done. So by way of their hatred for those who were in relation to them from the kuffar, Allah gave them in exchange for that His pleasure. His pleasure. Allah, so therefore Allah is pleased with them and they are pleased with Him. And this is amongst the greatest of the joys in the hereafter as well, to enjoy the pleasure of Allah Ta'ala. Because just as with the face of Allah Azza wa Jal, Rida is a sifa of Allah Ta'ala. It's a sifa of Allah Azza wa Jal. So when Allah Ta'ala, He mentioned what ridwanu min Allahi akbar, the good pleasure of Allah is akbar, it is better, it is greater. He says this after mentioning a number of the joys in paradise. After mentioning a number of the blisses in paradise, the foods and the combs and the jewelry and this, that, and the third, the drinks and the wives and like this, after mentioning all of that, He says, and Allah's pleasure is better than all of it. Because Allah's pleasure is not created. Those things are created. Allah's pleasure is not created. And so if Allah Ta'ala has given you His pleasure, He has given you something great. قَوْلُهُ أُولَٰئِكَ حِزْبُ اللَّهِ, they are the Hizb of Allah, meaning Jama'at Allah. أَمَّا الْكُفَّارِ فَهُمْ حِزْبُ الشَّيْطَانِ, as for the disbelievers, they are the party of the shaitan. As Allah Ta'ala said concerning them, أُولَٰئِكَ حِزْبُ الشَّيْطَانِ, they are the Hizb of shaitan, meaning his group and his party. And they are the helpers and supporters of shaitan. أَمَّا هَؤُلَاءِ فَهُمْ أَنصَارُ الرَّبِّ, as for these individuals that Allah is describing in this verse, they are the supporters of Allah Ta'ala. نعم. فهذه المسألة تتعلق بعداوة الكفار وعدم موالتهم. So this issue is connected to the issue of having enmity for the kuffar and not having allegiance for them. وهي لا تقتضي أننا نقاطع الكفار في الأمور والمنافع الدنيوية بل يستثنى منها ومن ذلك أمور. So he says this enmity and hatred that we have for the kuffar, it does not prevent us from certain affairs and dealing with them and what is beneficial in the dunya and certain things like that. So there are certain exceptions to that, and that's what we will take tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala, those exceptions to that general rule. Allah Ta'ala knows best. هذا وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد.